42,000 members on the forum, 900,000 posts, right, and children as young as 5 on sale for sex. Wow. Yeah, hi, I'm Tyrone D. Murphy. I'm a filmmaker and a magazine editor, publisher, and I was invited along here today by the organisers who are organising different events from forced adoption to child abuse. Myself and another broadcast journalist made the discovery of a paedophile network operating on the Groucho Club's own private members forum. The Groucho Club is the premier media club in the world. It's frequented by celebrities, by news people, by editors, journalists, and so on. And when we discovered that, we contacted the police, and we made over 24 complaints to the police and to CEOP, the Child Exploitation Online Service. And we were dismayed to find out 2 weeks later that the police had closed the investigation. When the police failed to act, we contacted a number of MPs, and we asked those MPs, right, to look into it. So they made inquiries with the Metropolitan Police Service. So it was only then investigated by the same officer who failed to investigate it in the first place. And his first order of action was to issue a false report, right, basically saying that we didn't really make any of the reports. The only pornography that was on the Groucho Club private members forum was legal porn, despite images and videos of children as young as 5. The report went on to say that a rape that we reported was never reported. The officer we said that we reported the rape and the child pornography to never existed. We made an appeal to the IPCC, the Independent Police Complaints Commission. Well, they asked a high-ranking officer to investigate their failure to investigate. And the strange thing was, the officer that they tasked with this investigation was only the officer who issued the report in the first place. So he was asked to investigate himself. But the strongest evidence is a 15-page statement, which is a very explosive, from a manager, a night manager of the Groucho Club, who came forward to support my case. Not just all the links that were copied and the information that was copied by a fellow broadcast journalist, but also the reams of letters that were totally misleading, not just to me but to the courts. The evidence that all the links were there, that the domain name said they didn't know anything about, was theirs. We've got the ages and the names of the people who were operating on the forum. So there's substantial evidence there. Despite that, the police sat back and allowed someone to destroy the evidence and make an application to Google to remove thousands of cached pages. So the IPCC upheld my appeal, saying that elements of the report were inaccurate, despite it being totally untrue. And they said that the police officer involved, because he's ill, is retiring soon, so they're not taking any action against him. So the police investigation was a complete farce. The Groucho Club have never made a public statement. This was an organised, well-organised, right, child pornography network that were operating for 11 months. Now, the sinister thing is that not one member came forward and said, "Excuse me, there's a child pornography network operating on here." Not one, you know?
Court system here, the family system, the adoption system here is ripe with corruption. I'm actually joined with Paul, who is a victim of the corruption here. And as you know, there's been many stories here that are breaking, and one of them deals with